Video number 15. Today we'll talk about almost Christians. In the book of Acts, chapter 26, verse 27 and 28, Paul was brought before King Agrippa to give his defense. And Paul says to King Agrippa, he asks a question: King Agrippa, do you believe in the prophets? I know you believe. And verse 28, Acts chapter 26 says, Then Agrippa said to Paul, You almost persuade me to become a Christian. Now, this is something that we see Paul's defense before King Agrippa, who was defending the faith which he believed and was converted on the way to Damascus. There are different types of faith. When Jesus was on the earth, people followed him. They saw his miracles, they saw the healings, and they followed him, but they never committed themselves to him. That's called as head faith. To know about Jesus, and that is what today many people they know about Jesus, but they don't know him. Secondly, we find that in the book of James it says, as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead. And James says, the devils also believe and they tremble. So that is a kind of faith we see, and that's called as a dead faith. Here is another type of faith that we come across, and which says that Paul, before King Agrippa, he questioned him and said, Do you believe in the prophets? And he said that Paul, you almost persuade me to become a Christian. Paul says, I know that you believe. This is historical and biblical faith. Many people today, they know more about Christianity, they know the origin of it, they know the history of it, Christianity when it started, and these 2000 years, they know all about Christianity and they know about the prophets. And that's what Paul says to King Agrippa, that I know you believe in the prophets. And he says, You almost persuaded me to be a Christian. So we find here there's an almost Christians. The world, the Christendom is full of almost Christians. What are the identification marks of almost Christians? How can we identify them? Number one, first we see that a almost Christian, he wavers between the Christ and the world. He halts between two opinions. He depends much on his outward form. He is a wavering type of Christian. And that is where the first identification of them is they have two opinions, whether to follow him or not to follow him. I know Christ, I know about him. So, should I go ahead or should I just be a person who is known that Christ, I know Christ? Secondly, he is just to all. An almost Christian is just to all. He's just to the neighbors, he's just to the people around him, and all the others, because he depends on a self love. Because he has to love, so it depends on self love. He knows that honesty will spoil his identity, his reputation. So it's better that he loves all. And the third aspect of it is he depends on negative goodness by not doing harm to anyone. Why should I harm anyone? Why should I do anything that will bring harm to people? So he is the person who depends on negative goodness. And the fourth thing about him is he is publicly charitable. He gives alms, he distributes to the poor, and he takes care of all the charitable deeds. He is not reluctant to give, but he does not know about visiting the sick and the destitute and those who are imprisoned. He doesn't know how to do it and where to be and where to go and visit them. And the fifth thing is to practice a sobriety and humility. That is, poses off to be humble and honest. Sobriety and humility is another character of these almost Christians. So these are the five identified marks of almost Christians. Now, what are the reasons for being almost Christians? Why they should always remain as an almost Christians? The first reason is that false ideas of Christianity they follow. Do not know having families, they do not live the family values or Christian values, neither do they have ethics and moral standards, the lack of saving experience, and the dependence on God. This is one of the reasons. False ideals of Christianity. They do not live family values, nor do they have Christian values, nor do they abide by ethical and moral standards, and they lack the saving experience and dependence on God. Secondly, the fear of man and society makes one an almost Christian. They take a compromising stand in every situation, lest what should others say about them, what they should think about them, and they will lose some of the benefits that they have. So, this is another reason. The third reason is love of money. Covetousness and greediness for increasing wealth is one of the reasons. They don't want to leave greed and covetousness to follow Christ. Because when we look in the scriptures, there's an example of a rich young ruler. He came to Jesus and he said that I believe and I follow all the laws and commandments given by Moses. But when Jesus told him to sell all he has, give away to the poor, and then come and follow me, he had lot of riches. And in this particular 10th commandment on covetousness, he could not. He could not follow Jesus and he left following him. And therefore, Jesus said, one thing you lack, go and sell all you have. But he could not. And the fourth reason is the love of pleasure. Always we seek to please our flesh and our eyes. This is one of the reasons today we find that most of us will live an almost Christian life because we don't want to leave the pleasures of the world, neither do we like to give up all our pleasures and our fleshly desires, and all the elements are there in the world like TV and all other amenities which gives us a lot of pleasure, and we don't like to leave them, and we love them, and we do not want to leave and follow Jesus. And the fifth thing is instability of character. They have a good beginning, they want to follow, and they know everything of the scriptures, the Bible, the history, but they don't want to go all the way. A good beginning, but nevertheless, the end is disastrous. Beginning in the spirit, they end up in the flesh. Now, the folly of being an almost Christians are three factors. First of all, it is not salvation. Almost to hit the mark is to miss the mark. Almost to hit the mark, that is the bull, is to miss the mark. And that is what happens, that we think we are Christians when we are not. Almost Christians are like that, 99.9%, but then remains that 0.1%, and for that he becomes an almost Christian. Secondly, it is detrimental, it is harmful. Now, it harmful to others because many people think they are good Christians when they are not, and they are like wolves in sheep clothing. And the third reason is it is ingratitude towards Christ, because Christ who gave his blood, who shed his blood, we do not give value to the saving blood of Jesus, the shed blood of Jesus. And that is one of the reason where we find that we like to remain an almost Christian. The folly of almost Christians, it is not salvation, it is detrimental for others, and it's an ingratitude towards Christ who shed his precious blood for us on the cross of Calvary.